War is coming. In the grand expanse of the Milky Way galaxy, humanity had forged its path among the stars, known for its resilience and unwavering spirit. The Galactic Federation, a coalition of various advanced species, maintained peace and stability across the galaxy. However, lurking in the dark corners of space, there were always threats that sought to disrupt this harmony. The most feared among these threats was the Zorathian Empire, a ruthless and expansionist species known for their brutal conquests and insatiable hunger for domination. The Zorathians were a predatory race, their society built on the principles of strength and aggression. Their technology was superior to most, and their fleet was vast and formidable. They had already annexed several systems, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. Admiral Jonathan Blake, commander of the United Earth Fleet, was tasked with defending humanity's interests and allies within the Galactic Federation. Known for his strategic genius and unwavering dedication, Blake had become a symbol of hope and strength for both humans and their allies. One fateful day, intelligence reports reached Earth Command that a massive Zorathian fleet was mobilizing near the border of Federation space. The target was clear: Elysium, a thriving human colony and a crucial member of the Federation. Elysium was not just a beacon of human achievement, but also a symbol of cooperation and unity among the diverse species of the galaxy. Admiral Blake convened an emergency meeting with his top officers aboard the flagship, the Dauntless. The situation was dire, and the stakes could not have been higher. "Listen up, everyone," Blake began, his voice steady and commanding. "The Zorathians are on the move, and their target is Elysium. We cannot let them take it. The colony is not only a vital strategic asset, but also a symbol of everything we've fought for. We must defend it at all costs." Captain Sarah Mitchell, Blake's trusted second-in-command, nodded in agreement. "Elysium's defenses are strong, but they won't hold against the full might of the Zorathian fleet. We need to rally every available ship and coordinate with our Federation allies." Blake's eyes scanned the room, meeting the determined gazes of his officers. "Agreed. We will not stand alone in this fight. Send out a distress signal to all Federation forces. Inform them of the situation and request immediate assistance. We move out in 2 hours." The command center buzzed with activity as officers relayed orders and prepared the fleet for departure. The Dauntless, a state-of-the-art battleship, was the pride of the United Earth Fleet. Equipped with advanced weaponry and shielding, it was a formidable force on its own. But against the Zorathian armada, they would need every advantage they could muster. 2 hours later, the fleet assembled in high orbit around Earth. Ships of various classes and sizes formed up in tight formation, ready to jump to Elysium at a moment's notice. The Dauntless took the lead, with Admiral Blake on the bridge overseeing the operation. "All ships, prepare for jump," Blake commanded. "Coordinates are set. Let's show the Zorathians what happens when they threaten humanity and our allies." With a flash of light, the fleet jumped to hyperspace, racing towards Elysium. The journey through the warp lanes was tense, with every minute bringing them closer to the impending battle. As they neared their destination, long-range sensors detected the massive Zorathian fleet closing in on the colony. "Admiral, we're picking up multiple enemy signatures," reported Lieutenant Jameson, the Dauntless's chief sensor officer. "The Zorathian fleet is larger than we anticipated. They're deploying their dreadnoughts and carrier groups." Blake's expression hardened. "We're outnumbered, but we have the element of surprise. All ships, engage stealth systems and prepare for battle. We hit them hard and fast. No holding back." The fleet emerged from hyperspace, their stealth systems masking their approach. Elysium's orbital defenses were already engaged, struggling to hold back the Zorathian onslaught. The human and Federation forces dove into the fray, weapons blazing. The initial strike caught the Zorathians off guard. The Dauntless unleashed a torrent of plasma cannons and missile salvos, tearing through enemy ships with surgical precision. Fighter squadrons darted through the chaos, engaging Zorathian interceptors in dogfights. Focus fire on their dreadnoughts. Blake ordered. We need to break their backbone and disrupt their command structure. The battle raged on, with both sides exchanging devastating blows. Despite the ferocity of the Zorathian assault, the combined might of the United Earth Fleet and their Federation allies held the line. The Dauntless weaved through enemy formations, its shields absorbing the brunt of the attacks while its weapons delivered punishing retaliation amidst the chaos. Captain Mitchell coordinated the fleet's movements, her tactical acumen proving invaluable. Admiral, the Zorathians are regrouping. They're bringing in reinforcements from their carriers. Blake gritted his teeth. We can't let them gain the upper hand. Send our bombers to target their carriers. We need to cut off their reinforcements. The Dauntless's bombers launched in waves, their payloads aimed at the Zorathian carriers. Explosions lit up the void as the bombers struck their targets, crippling the enemy's ability to deploy additional forces. Despite their efforts, the Zorathians continued to press the attack. Their sheer numbers and relentless aggression were taking a toll on the defenders. The Dauntless's shields flickered under the sustained assault, and damage reports flooded in from across the fleet. Admiral, our port shields are failing, shouted Lieutenant Ramirez, the Dauntless's chief engineer. We can't take much more of this. Blake's mind raced, searching for a solution. They needed a decisive move, something that would turn the tide in their favor. His eyes fell on the planet below, Elysium, with its sprawling cities and lush landscapes. Lieutenant Jameson, scan the planet's surface, Blake ordered. Find me a location with significant geothermal activity. Jameson's fingers danced across the console. I've got it, Admiral. There's a volcanic region on the southern continent. High levels of geothermal energy. A plan began to form in Blake's mind. All ships focus fire on the Zorathian dreadnoughts. Draw their attention. We're going to use the planet's geothermal energy to our advantage. Captain Mitchell's eyes widened in realization. You're going to overload the geothermal vents and create a massive eruption. That could work, but it's risky, Blake nodded. It's a risk we have to take. Prepare the charges and set the coordinates. We need to time this perfectly. The fleet intensified their assault, drawing the Zorathians' focus away from the planet. Meanwhile, specialized drop pods containing seismic charges were launched towards the volcanic region. The charges burrowed deep into the earth, primed to detonate on command. Charges are in place, Admiral, reported Lieutenant Jameson. Awaiting your signal, Blake's gaze was steely as he watched the unfolding battle. On my mark. 3, 2, 1. Now. The charges detonated, triggering a massive chain reaction within the planet's geothermal vents. A colossal eruption ensued, sending plumes of molten rock and ash into space. The shockwave rippled through the Zorathian fleet, throwing their ships into disarray. The Dauntless and its allies seized the opportunity, pressing the attack with renewed vigor. The Zorathian dreadnoughts, caught in the seismic upheaval, struggled to maintain their formations. One by one, they were picked off by the relentless assault. Admiral, the plan worked. Captain Mitchell exclaimed, The Zorathians are in full retreat. Blake allowed himself a brief smile. Well done, everyone. Pursue them and make sure they don't regroup. We need to end this threat once and for all. The battle continued, but the momentum had shifted decisively in favor of the defenders. The Zorathians, their fleet in tatters, were forced to withdraw. The combined forces of humanity and the Galactic Federation had triumphed against overwhelming odds. As the last of the Zorathian ships fled into hyperspace, cheers erupted across the fleet. The defense of Elysium had been a hard-fought victory, but it was a victory nonetheless. Admiral Blake stood on the bridge of the Dauntless, looking out at the stars. "We did it," he said quietly, more to himself than anyone else. "Elysium is safe." Captain Mitchell approached him, her expression a mix of relief and admiration. "Admiral, you led us to victory. Your strategy saved countless lives." Blake shook his head. "It wasn't just me. It was all of us working together. Humanity and our allies. This is what we can achieve when we stand united." The aftermath of the battle saw a period of rebuilding and reflection. Elysium, though scarred by the conflict, remained a thriving symbol of hope and resilience. The Galactic Federation, inspired by the courage and determination of the human defenders, renewed their commitment to unity and cooperation. Admiral Blake and the United Earth Fleet continued to serve as the guardians of peace, ever vigilant against the threats that lurked in the cosmos. The story of the defense of Elysium became a legend, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. As the weeks turned into months, the scars of the battle began to heal. The Galactic Federation, now more united than ever, embarked on a mission to rebuild and strengthen their defenses. Admiral Blake was at the forefront of these efforts, coordinating with leaders from across the galaxy to ensure that such an invasion could never happen again. The Federation Council convened in a grand assembly on the capital planet of Helios. Representatives from every member species gathered to discuss the future of their alliance and the measures needed to prevent another Zorathian incursion. Admiral Blake was invited to speak, his presence symbolizing humanity's pivotal role in their recent victory. Blake stood before the assembly, his voice resonating with conviction. "We have faced one of the greatest threats in our history and emerged victorious. But this victory came at a great cost. We must learn from this experience and fortify our defenses. Unity and cooperation are our greatest strengths. Together, we can ensure the safety and prosperity of all our worlds." The assembly erupted in applause, and the representatives pledged their support for the proposed measures. Joint military exercises were scheduled, and technological exchanges were encouraged to bolster the Federation's defenses. The bond between the member species grew stronger, their shared experiences forging a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. Back on Earth, Admiral Blake's leadership was celebrated, and he was hailed as a hero. However, he remained focused on the task at hand. He knew that the Zorathians were not defeated, only driven back. The threat still loomed, and vigilance was crucial. One evening, as Blake walked through the bustling streets of Elysium, he saw the resilience of the human spirit firsthand. The colony, though scarred by the battle, was thriving. Children played in the parks, families rebuilt their homes, and life continued with a renewed sense of hope and determination. In the heart of the city, a monument was erected to honor the bravery of those who had fought and fallen in the defense of Elysium. The monument depicted a figure standing tall, a beacon of hope, with the names of the fallen inscribed on its base. Blake stood before the monument, reflecting on the sacrifices made and the importance of their mission. Captain Mitchell joined him, her gaze also fixed on the monument. "They gave everything to protect what we hold dear. We owe it to them to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain." Blake nodded. "Their legacy lives on in us. We must continue to stand strong and protect our future." As the days turned into weeks, the Federation's efforts to rebuild and fortify their defenses bore fruit. New alliances were formed, and joint research projects led to significant technological advancements. The Interstellar Defense Academy, an initiative championed by Admiral Blake, became a symbol of unity and cooperation. The Academy attracted the best and brightest from across the galaxy. Young cadets from different species trained together, learning not only the art of war, but also the principles of diplomacy and cooperation. Among the first graduates was Emma, the girl who had dreamed of exploring the stars. Emma excelled in her studies, showing a natural talent for leadership and strategy. She quickly rose through the ranks, becoming one of the youngest officers to command a starship. Her ship, the ISS Endeavour, was part of a new fleet designed for exploration and defense. Emma's mission was to seek out new worlds, establish diplomatic relations, and protect the galaxy from emerging threats. She led her crew with the same courage and determination that had characterized Admiral Blake's leadership. During one of their missions, the ISS Endeavour discovered an uncharted planet rich in resources and inhabited by a peaceful but technologically primitive species. Emma and her crew established contact and began to build a relationship based on mutual respect and cooperation. The discovery of this new world and the successful establishment of peaceful relations were celebrated across the galaxy. It was a testament to the ideals that Admiral Blake had fought for: unity, cooperation, and the pursuit of knowledge. As Emma stood on the bridge of the ISS Endeavour, looking out at the stars, she felt a deep sense of pride and responsibility. She knew that the legacy of Admiral Blake and the heroes of the Dauntless lived on through her, and the countless others who had been inspired by their bravery and sacrifice. The galaxy was still a dangerous place, with threats and challenges lurking in the shadows. But with leaders like Emma and the united forces of the Galactic Federation, there was hope for a brighter future. A future where peace and prosperity could flourish, and where humanity and its allies could continue to explore the wonders of the universe. In the end, the story of Admiral Jonathan Blake and the defense of Elysium was more than just a tale of war and victory. It was a story of resilience, unity, and the unyielding spirit of humanity. It was a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and courage could light the way forward. And as long as there were stars to explore and challenges to overcome, the legacy of Admiral Blake would continue to inspire and guide the galaxy towards a better tomorrow. But the galaxy was vast and filled with innumerable mysteries. The victories achieved were not the end, but the beginning of a new era. Admiral Blake, now a revered figure in both human and Federation history, continued his duty, but he also looked beyond immediate threats. Planning for a future where such conflicts could be preempted, one of the new initiatives launched under his guidance was the establishment of the Galactic Research and Exploration Corps (GREC). This initiative aimed not only to chart unknown territories, but also to understand and perhaps mitigate potential threats before they could escalate into full-blown wars. "Knowledge is our first line of defense," Blake often said. "Understanding our universe and the beings within it is crucial for lasting peace." The GREC attracted scientists, explorers, and strategists from across the galaxy. Emma, with her successful command of the ISS Endeavour, was a natural fit for this initiative. Her mission expanded from merely exploring to actively engaging in scientific endeavors and diplomatic missions aimed at creating a safer galaxy. One of Emma's first missions under GREC was to investigate an anomaly detected in a remote sector of the galaxy. The anomaly, a series of unusual energy readings, suggested the presence of a technologically advanced but isolated civilization. The ISS Endeavour set course for this unexplored region, driven by a mix of curiosity and caution. As the Endeavour approached the source of the anomaly, Emma and her crew were greeted by a breathtaking sight: a massive space station, seemingly abandoned, orbiting a barren planet. The station, ancient and covered in mysterious symbols, was unlike anything they had seen before. "Scan the station for life signs and any active systems," Emma ordered. "We need to understand what we're dealing with before we make any decisions." Lieutenant Kira, the ship's chief science officer, initiated the scan. "I'm detecting faint power readings, Captain. No life signs, but there are sections of the station that appear to be operational. Emma nodded. Prepare an away team. We need to investigate this further. Lieutenant Kira, you're with me. The away team, equipped with advanced suits and scanners, boarded the station. The interior was a maze of corridors and chambers, filled with strange technology and remnants of an advanced but extinct civilization. As they explored, they discovered what appeared to be a central control room. Captain, look at this, Kira said, pointing to a holographic display. This technology is incredibly advanced. If we can understand it, it could be a significant breakthrough for us. Emma examined the display, which showed a map of the galaxy with several marked locations. These must be points of interest or perhaps other installations. We need to retrieve as much data as possible. As the away team worked to download the station's data, they discovered records that revealed the station belonged to a species known as the Elysians, an ancient race that had achieved remarkable technological prowess. The records hinted at a catastrophic event that had led to their downfall. We need to bring this data back to the Federation, Emma said. It could hold the key to understanding not only this civilization, but also potential threats and opportunities for us, returning to the Endeavor with the downloaded data. Emma prepared a report for Admiral Blake and the Grek. The information from the Elysian station provided invaluable insights into advanced technologies, potential threats, and unexplored regions of the galaxy. Admiral Blake, upon reviewing the report, saw the immense value in Emma's findings. This is exactly why the Grek was established. Understanding the past and the mysteries of our galaxy will help us secure a safer future. Excellent work, Captain Emma. The data led to a series of expeditions to the marked locations on the Elysian map. These missions uncovered more about the Elysians, including their sophisticated defense systems and their ultimate demise due to an internal conflict exacerbated by external threats. The Federation learned from these records, enhancing their own defenses and strategies. Meanwhile, relations within the Galactic Federation continued to strengthen. Joint scientific endeavors and military exercises fostered a sense of unity and shared purpose among the member species. The Federation Council, inspired by the success of the Grek, allocated more resources to exploration and scientific research. Emma, now a senior officer within the Grek, continued to lead missions that expanded the boundaries of known space. Her leadership and discoveries earned her the respect and admiration of her peers and the gratitude of countless species. Years passed, and the galaxy witnessed an era of unprecedented cooperation and peace. The lessons learned from the past and the relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding created a more secure and prosperous future for all. Admiral Jonathan Blake, reflecting on his career, knew that the fight for peace was never truly over. But he also knew that the future was in capable hands. Leaders like Emma and the countless other brave men and women of the Federation would continue to strive for a better tomorrow. As he stood before a new class of cadets at the Interstellar Defense Academy, Blake shared his wisdom and experiences. Remember, the key to our survival and success lies in unity, knowledge, and the courage to face the unknown. Each of you has the potential to be a beacon of hope, just like those who came before you. Never forget that. The cadets listened intently, inspired by the words of the legendary Admiral. They knew that the path ahead would be challenging, but they were ready to embrace their roles as the next generation of explorers, defenders, and peacemakers. In the end, the story of humanity's journey through the stars was one of resilience, unity, and the unyielding spirit to explore, protect, and understand. As long as there were mysteries to uncover and challenges to overcome, the legacy of Admiral Jonathan Blake and the heroes of the United Earth Fleet would continue to inspire and guide the galaxy towards a brighter future.